Welcome everyone to the Academy's first ever podcast called Ace FM, as you can see there.
Yep.
My name's Bradley Hallum and I'm joined with Amaan Ul-Haq.
Hello.
I think we're just going to start by introducing ourselves a bit and then we'll go into like why we wanted to start this. But I'll let you start by introducing yourself, so go ahead.
So hi everyone, my name's Amaan. I'm currently in year 13. I study the likes of art, DT and business. Originally I'm from the UK, Yorkshire. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to the podcast and seeing how big we can take this.
Yeah, and I'll introduce myself a bit. I'm Brad. I'm from the UK as well. I've been in Dubai for 3 years now, I think, and I do chemistry, English, and maths. Yeah, that's what I do. And I think, I just like we both like to play football. We both play for the same team outside of school. We both support teams in lower leagues. Even though I think you're a Man U fan, but I'm not buying.
Bradford City's got a place in there.
I'm not buying that you're a Bradford fan, but we'll go with it. And that's really it about me. I just love sports, I'm sure you do. So I think we'll go into now like why we started to. But I'll start with you because it was your idea. So you tell us a bit about like why you wanted to do a podcast in general.
So I think the idea of starting a podcast, and when I first spoke to you about it as well, is the question I asked was that we always call ourselves a community, a family, but you can't really call yourself a community or family until you know everyone in that community. Yeah. Or if you know everyone in your family. So I thought the podcast is a really easy way to unite everyone, get to know each person, bring like new teachers in, cleaners and other staff, bring them in, even parents and students, just to get to know everyone and we can see what everyone's about.
Yeah, I think when you told me about the idea of starting a podcast, I really wanted to jump on it because it's something that I've seen like the YouTubers, like you got like the likes of Logan Paul, you got the likes of like UK YouTubers, the Sidemen, they're getting into it. It's that like sort of aspect of like it's a trendy thing to do now, sort of podcast, and it's quite nice because you can express yourself however you want. Yeah. And I think it's really important for the school as well because that unitedness that they want to have.
It's something that's going to make our school stand out.
It will, 100%. Well. I don't know many other schools. I'm sure there are a few that have podcasts going, but many that have podcasts like going and like a regular pace like we will have eventually. So
yeah, because eventually we want to try and aim for that once a day kind of thing, or at least 3 times a week.
And I think it's really important as well, the primary and secondary link is something that we really want to get from this. And I think getting primary kids as well as secondary kids to come on and talk about their achievements is a really like crucial aspect because we want to appeal to everyone in the school, even parents, just everyone in the community, like you said before. That's the most important part about the podcast. So that's really why we wanted to do it. That is, And should we tell them a bit about like what they can expect? Like, do you want to lead off a bit what they can expect?
So, what they can expect is an interesting question because obviously we're always open to suggestions and ideas what we can do next and what we can bring into the kind of episodes. We're going to try and do interviews with lots of new teachers, see what they're about, where they've come from, maybe like a funny story that they've had. And you had a really interesting idea about charity and how we can link with other communities in the way.
Yeah, I think the idea was to like a meet the teacher segment and do like a quiz with the teacher sort of thing, and that gives the students a chance to maybe put a bid in with a certain amount of money for their forfeit for the teacher who loses at the end to have to do that. And I think that's a good way. We're going to link up with the head of charity, who's Danya, and try and get that into fruition because I think doing charity with such a big platform that we'll have hopefully eventually.
And we were speaking to the innovation as well about possibly having a section on the podcast where we're talking a bit more about the future and what we can expect from the future, or even stuff like the space programs and stuff like that.
The future for all of us is different. Like we're much older than most of the kids in you got year 7, year 8, going all the way down to primary. So our future is so much different to their future. Like,
and what we vision to
there is, there's stuff being created every second that will impact our lives. So I think getting their aspect on what they think the future's going to be like is just as important as getting teachers' aspects, getting sixth form student opinion on what it's going to be like. So I think that's a really good segment that we want to do in the future.
Yeah, and another thing you guys can hopefully see is like special guests come on.
Yeah.
We want to get some like people with big names.
We want to bring like some appeal to this podcast, and hopefully we can stretch out to. Well, obviously, we want to aim just for the academy, but hopefully, eventually, we can go out even further and maybe even cross the whole of GEMS.
Exactly.
That's our main goal from this, but we're going to start obviously small, and hopefully, by you telling everyone about us and by just getting guests and just being out there, we can get more people coming to watch. I think that's our goal really.
Yeah.
To try and. But I think now we're going to give people a taste of what they can expect by. We're going to go to a new segment sort of thing that we have going. We call it like interesting news of the week.
Yeah, so this will kind of be something we do ever so often. At the moment, it might not be every week, but it'll be like something we really incorporate going forward when we try to do like 3 episodes a week or even daily episodes.
When I was looking at what we could do for this, and I saw a really interesting one about how Subway bread is not actually called bread. It can't actually be called bread in Ireland.
Yeah.
As a court ruled in Ireland that it's got too much sugar in to be classed as bread, and it's more classed as a cake or a biscuit.
Yeah, that's what I saw as well.
Which is, I think, I've got a stat here. Like the Subway Italian white bread in a 6-inch roll is 5 grams sugar content, and that's more than one digestive biscuit.
Yeah.
That's more than a Stone Break lozenge soup baguette, whatever that is. I don't really know.
Over here, I have it written that it has to be 2% for it to be classified as bread.
2%.
And if it exceeds that amount, which Subway have got to 5%.
Yeah, which is
means that it's not technically bread.
So I think, you got some replies for like some tweets from quite famous celebrities.
Actually, quite a few people. When I was looking at it, there was quite a few people who were like a bit annoyed about what's happened. For example, Barry Malone, who is like a media manager in Ireland, he said, "We will not be lied to. From now on, they will have to be described as cake with ham, rather than like a Subway with ham."
Yeah.
Another person, Aisling B, who is like a celebrity as well in Ireland, also tweeted about how she's been lied to about Subway and how she doesn't trust their brand anymore.
Yeah.
So, as you can tell, quite a lot of people are annoyed about what's happened.
The main topic we want to kind of like get discussing from this is like, do we really know what's going into our food, especially fast food? It's such a luxury when we go and eat it. Like you don't have a second think to see like what actually goes into that food. Like
and I think at times you're just so caught up on the fact that yes, it tastes nice, yes, it's quick, it's easy to get, it tends to be cheap as well. But do you really know what's going into your food? And that's a question I feel like people need to start asking themselves when they go to these places, like, what is really in my food? And especially like with, like I go to if I go to Subway, like you think that you're eating like healthy food. It's a sandwich at the end of the day. You get like vegetables inside. You get whatever you get. It's because of
meat,
the whole brand image,
cheese,
right? Because the whole brand image is that you go to the restaurant, you go to Subways, you choose what you want to eat. But yes, you're choosing from in front of you, but do you really know what's inside those?
That's the thing.
Items?
Like from that like table it was like a McDonald's bun has the similar sugar content to the Subway. Yeah. So, like in hindsight, it's not actually much more. Obviously, the stuff that goes into the McDonald's burgers are a lot unhealthier than Subway, but it's still that process of it being like high sugar content. And like obviously, if you eat that a lot, it will build up, and then. Yeah,
exactly. So I think that's one thing you guys can like keep in mind next time you go somewhere. See what you are eating. Yeah, just even have a look at the back of the packaging. Does it tell you how much sugar is in it, etc.?
Because even have a look online. Yeah, because during such times we're in at the moment, it's so crucial to stay healthy, get active, and just eat the right things. So I think companies like Subway should be like called out to an extent. They should like. They should let people know.
They should inform the people what they're eating and have the right facts out there.
Because at the end of the day, when I go as a consumer to a restaurant or a business, I don't expect to. It's like if you brought like a wooden product like a table, and you found out when you got home it wasn't actually wood, it was like plastic. It's basically like that. You are being lied to at the end of the day, and they're taking your money. So it's like that. But I think Yeah, so I think the main thing we want to get from this is just take a second to think when you're going to buy a product, or you're going to buy just anything, not even just food, just anything. Like, what are you actually buying? And yeah, I think that's about it for the topic.
Yeah.
So we're going to go on to our second segment now. But this is a bit more of a fun one. This is a bit more of an opinionated one. So obviously, this is a comment one that you can put stuff in the comments and have your opinion on. So we're going to need help from the man behind the camera, who's going to be reading out some would you rather questions for us, and take it away.
All right. So the first one I've got here is: would you rather visit the past or the future?
Visit the past or the future?
Do you want me to go first? Or?
Yeah, go first. Yeah, go on.
Alright, I'm going to say I'd rather go back to the past. Just because I feel like that's a safer option. You know what's going to come back. You can go relive those good memories that you had in the past with.
Yeah, I agree with the past as well, because obviously I think the future, like, it's changing every time. You should look forward to it almost. You should.
Yeah, it's something you look forward to rather than the past. It's like
the past, it's already happened. And also, there's so much cool stuff in history I want to go back to and experience. Like, imagine going back to dinosaurs. Like, well, that would be quite cool.
That's what you're gonna go back to.
I just want to see a dinosaur. I might not live for very long, but I want to just see what a dinosaur is like and just. I don't know. That's about it. So past for me and you as well. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So the next one is: would you rather give up watching movies or give up watching TV shows?
Ooh.
Shall I go first or?
Yeah, go first.
I'm gonna say give up watching films or movies, because there's some like TV series I feel like they can come out every year. There's a lot more of them, and they can I'll give you an example. Like, Modern Family is one that I've got really into on Netflix, and there's so many episodes, and obviously on Netflix it's behind, so they can release it. I think there's like another 6 or 7 series to come out still. So obviously if I just watch films, like, films are a lot higher production, but they don't come out as regularly, and also it's a lot, like, you can't watch like a 20-minute episode of a film and then go back and then come back and watch it. You have to watch a whole thing together, which...
Yeah, I'm going to disagree with you. I'm going to go for films.
Why?
Simply because there's so many good films out there that, for example, like the likes of Star Wars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like blockbuster movies which you'd want to watch. And if you never got the opportunity to watch those again, it's a bit...
The only thing
I'd
argue against that, though, is that a lot of films are coming into the TV series sort of thing. Like, you've got the Star Wars with the Mandalorian. You've got the Clone Wars series. I think that's what it's called.
But imagine the cinema as well.
Yeah, you can watch TV series in the cinema, though.
But paying like 60 odd dirhams to go watch a 20-minute series.
No, obviously it'd be cheaper. But if you're watching an hour-long series, like an episode, then fair enough. Like, that's how long most films are, just a bit over that. But so I think that's... I'm going to say TV series, you're going to say film.
Films, yeah.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Alright, so the next one is: would you rather get 1 million dirhams right now or 5 million dirhams over the course of the next 50 years?
I'm taking the million now.
I'm taking a million now as well, because I think...
Next 50 years, I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, you don't know what's going to happen. You might be already a billionaire, a quadrillionaire.
Exactly,
you don't know what's going to happen. Like, a million now could help me a lot more. I could start up a business that I make to push me into those billions, those trillion figures, whatever. So
would I need the 50 million there? I don't know.
No.
I want to enjoy life now. You know
I see 50 millions, mate. The only thing I would say against that is if you get a million now, we're very young, and you could say a bit naive, like, would we just go out and buy stupid things in a way?
But then you could also be sensible and use the money for like university and stuff like that. So I guess it's up to the person, isn't it? Whether you use it smartly. If you're
it sort of goes back to that. You need to be a smart spender or smart consumer.
Smart consumer, yeah.
Yeah. So, but I would take a million now and see what we can do with that. Yeah.
Alright, so would you rather be able to fly or be able to breathe underwater?
Okay.
You go first.
Okay, I'd rather be able to fly, because I feel like it'd just be so cool to fly. Like, you can get from place to place so easily. Like, you got no boundaries really. I feel like with breathing underwater, obviously it's a very limited thing. Like, you don't obviously need it if you're going to swim, or you're going to a place with water. Like you can fly anywhere really, like in the world.
Yeah,
So
I'm gonna go for the opposite. I'm gonna say breathe in the water.
okay, I'd love
Simply
to
because I'm scared of heights.
I mean, that is
me
a problem,
going
I
above
suppose,
the
yeah.
ground is like, I don't think it's something I
I'd say that
fancy
is a
very
big
much.
problem.
Whereas going underwater, not that I fancy that either, but yeah, at least I'm not going
Yeah, I suppose.
like 7 feet high in the air.
Yeah, I suppose if you don't like heights.
That-
I mean, I don't
that's my
mind heights,
masterpiece.
so I think it's quite cool. Just
Okay, now would you rather have to wear the exact same outfit every single day, or never be able to repeat the same outfit after you've worn it once?
ooh, that's tough.
Oh, I don't know.
Can we wash the clothes that we wear, the same ones? I assume.
Let's say
yeah.
no. Let's say no for
Well,
the fun of
you
it.
can, but what are you gonna wear while they're in the wash?
That's a good point, actually.
Ooh.
Can you? So you can't have two outfits, just one outfit.
Yep.
or-
Exact same outfit.
That's tough because, like, financially wise, it'd be so expensive buying a new set of full clothes every day.
You just get some cheapy pairs.
Yeah, but you think about it every day. Like, how much is like a cheap outfit you could get?
I don't know. Like, where would you go to get it?
Let's say you get a cheap outfit for like 100 dirham, like minimum, like a cheap outfit. You think about that, 7 days a week. That's 700 dirhams straight up, just on clothes. You need to buy food and all that, pay rent, whatever you're gonna do, more like car rent. I'm gonna say wear one pair for the rest of my life because I could get really comfy. Obviously, that could be a bit awkward if I'm going to a workplace.
Yeah, I know,
I'm just
I
in
was
like
gonna say.
joggers or whatever. But or
Yeah.
if I'm on the opposite, if I'm at home and I'm in like a suit or whatever.
Or
But
sleeping in a suit, can you imagine?
yeah, I know.
Waking up, it's all creased and you can't...
What I
Yeah.
could do is I could just like I could wash. I don't know actually how it would work.
You'd have to
but
wash it, but then what would you be wearing?
Yeah, that is a good point.
That's the question.
I'm just gonna say one pair of clothes, so just financially what.
No, I'm gonna say a new pair of clothes every single day, simply because I'll find a cheaper way to get my clothes. But I can't wear the same clothes for entire.
I
year.
wish you good luck in the future if you're gonna buy a new pair of clothes every day.
That's why I'll take the $1 million now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the $1 million would be good. Yeah, I'll take it if I had the $1 million.
Alright, now would you rather always be super early or always be super late?
I think that's an easy one.
Yeah,
super early, right?
Yeah, super early as well because it's never a good impression to be late
No.
at all. Like people judge you. Like the first interaction you have with someone
Yeah.
is when you meet them. Like that's the first interaction. If you're late to meet someone, it straight up puts like an image of you in their mind that you can't be you're not reliable. Obviously, if you get there early, it's a bit annoying because you have to wait.
But I guess you get there early, you can do something whilst you're there. you know
Yeah, it
what I mean?
depends what
You
you're
can look
doing.
at your phone or
If you're
something.
like, let's say it's a business meeting or something, if you get there early, you can have more time to prepare, like we're gonna say to your boss. Let's say it's a boss,
Yeah.
and let's say even if it is like a I'll say football event, so we're going to watch a football game. Even if you got there super early, you can still enjoy yourself, like watch the teams warm up, like. There's stuff to do when you get there. Like,
And I think there's so many
early.
more consequences to being late because,
Yeah.
for example, if you're late, you'll be stressed whilst driving there.
Yeah.
You'll be like, you'll forget your stuff. You'll be like, okay, and not only that, you'll annoy the people you're going to meet.
Yeah.
So it'll just generally create a bad impression.
Yeah, the
whereas
only consequence of being early is that it's only for you, it's yourself, not...
it's
like,
yourself that'll be
if you're
waiting,
late,
yeah.
it's for other people and yourself. So I think by not, like, wanting to affect your, like, personal, like relationship with someone else, you don't want to be super early to everything.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Is that the...
Yeah, that's all the questions I
That's
have.
all the questions, okay.
Okay.
So yeah, that was just a little taster of what, like, we have to come.
What's to come, yeah.
And I hope you enjoyed it. And I think I enjoyed it. How
Yeah,
did
I
you
think
find
it's
it?
quite fun, yeah.
I think it's fun. Obviously, we're good mates, and this will be. I hope the chemistry shows, and it's just like we just want to know what you want to see from future episodes. Whether you like this content, this sort of content, you like these segments, or
Yeah, I think that's really important from
or whether
from
you
the
want
people
like
to
a
see what they want to see.
Yeah.
Because obviously, us sixth formers know what content we like to see, but obviously parents, you might want to see something a bit more informative. Like lower down the school, you might want to see something a bit more fun, getting out the seats, having a few games. But if you guys let us know, we can try and incorporate that into future episodes and kind of make it a bit more targeted towards you guys.
Yeah, the most important part of this podcast is you guys at home.
Yeah.
Because without you, this won't work. Because we need people to watch this, obviously.
Yeah, exactly.
To know if it's going well, if it's going bad. So.
Because we're targeting them, so obviously, without the people telling us what we want, then I don't think it'll work as well.
Yeah.
So it's a really important thing that we get
so
that interaction.
I think that's it from us though today.
Yeah.
I hope you all stay safe and well wherever you are, and enjoy your weeks to come at the academy.
Yeah.
I'm Brad. This is Amaan, and we'll see you later.
Is that how we're gonna end it now?
I think that's how we're gonna end it. We'll go with it. Okay. See ya.
See ya.